Why are you not in the perfect relationship?
I feel as though I was not in the kind of space that would have ever allowed for the perfect relationship to manifest in my life.
You've never been in that space?
No. I think, honestly, my younger years were mostly about me figuring out who I was outside the context of a relationship. So for me,
do you give relationship advice?
Not really.
Okay.
I speak to women, and I can give advice on relationships, though, don't get me wrong. I'm a human
But you've never
being.
been in like one?
I've been in relationships, and to be fair, you learn more when things go wrong, I feel.
Right.
You know,
okay.
So there's always things that people can share, whether they're in one or not. And I don't like that thing of validating people based on their relationship status.
No, you have to.
No, you
Look
don't.
at Auntie Jenny. Auntie Jenny's got the blueprint.
No. Because Auntie Jenny can come up and say what she likes. And I'm not saying she's wrong or she's lying, but just understand that the context of someone's relationship, you will never know the reality of what goes on between those two people.
Yeah.
So for somebody to base their whole validity of who they are on the fact that they're in a relationship alone, to me, it's a very shaky foundation, because you'll never know what's going on in that relationship.
It's also like they're saying that my model is the perfect model.
And it's not true.
But like I said, that's not going to work for everybody.
So there is no perfect relationship then?
No, there's two people, and what's perfect for those two people.
Yes.
And that's it. That's why when people go, oh, what you're saying, you're wrong. I'm like, okay, but the things I talk about with women and men, it's like I'm talking about a very specific idea of a relationship.
Do you think there are generalities when it comes to men and women that we can all abide by?
Yeah, treat people with respect, It depends, but the thing is, when you say men and women, like most men and most women, yeah. I can't say all men and all women. If you want generalities for most men and most women, I'll say yeah.
Also, you're gonna have to kind of maybe group people together, whether it's in age, whether it's in culture, like, you know what I mean, race, nationality. Because, like you said, what did you grow up seeing? Like, what did your parents show you was a way? Do you know what I mean? That the woman should behave in a relationship, or a man should be. So, you'll kind of get maybe certain types of people that have the same religions. Like, they may think a certain way. Do you know what I mean? Like, they may think this is what a wife should do, blah, blah. So you can generalize some groups of people together, but you can't say...
We're going to get some more wine in here.
You can't say everybody, wants it to be like that.
I mean, I think that, as we've established, a perfect relationship doesn't necessarily exist, right? Would you say, though, that relationships have changed in these days and times? And do you think they've changed for the better or the worse?
I think it's, a question like this is so hard, because we weren't around in those times.
Yeah,
so
but you can still look back and have an opinion.
We can do. So my opinion is that it's got worse, but I don't know if that's necessarily the truth. But I just think that with, like, nowadays, I just think so many things have got worse because we are exposed to so much. Like, we are seeing what happens like 100 miles across the world, and all of this information is being taken in, and we're having opinions on so much, and we're seeing this person with this and that person with that, where back in the day, like a long time before the internet, you'd see the people in your village.
Yeah, it was very simple. What I mean? I think if we were to ask the women from that time, like 50 years ago, 100 years ago, if they think what their setup was better,
do you think they'd look at us and think we were crazy?
Yeah, but then all older generations think that about younger generations. But I do think we don't relate to each other as well. I don't know.
Who doesn't?
Men and women.
Right.
I do
in
see
today's
that.
day and age.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very against
the merging
each
of
other.
roles, the merging of there's no such thing as a man, there's no such thing as a woman. Everyone's the same. Like, that whole merge.
Everyone's non-binary.
Yeah, we're all just like, everyone can do everyone's job, and it's just like that's what's causing it.
Or I think as well, people are focusing on like their struggle, like their experience. So, for example, you like to put a lot of blame on women. Women are the problem.
I don't use the term blame. I just highlight things that the modern day woman.
Women do that, and women.
Yeah, you will. I just highlight certain things that modern day women do.
Do you highlight things modern men do?
Of course.
No.
On an
yes, I do.
Degree?
Rarely.
To an equal degree?
No.
It depends on where you come from.
You see, because the thing is, I think more men need to speak to men. Because there's a big issue.
I do a lot. Yeah. I speak to men a lot. I take consultations with men.
Do more. You speak to them about what not to let the woman do.
I don't even mind that.
I speak to men, and I tell men generally, you need to be focused initially on yourself and your purpose and find it, right? And what will happen is, I tell men, what will happen is when you focus on yourself and you build yourself up into the type of man that women of nowadays are looking for,
and what
they
is that?
will come.
What is that?
Yeah, what do you think we're looking for?
Taking the women that want non-masculine men out of the equation, right? Because a lot of women nowadays want some kind of effeminate man that they can control, that they can tell what to do.
Who wants a non-masculine man? What do you want then? I'm just saying, for me, that's just...
Hang on.
That's what blows my mind. Like, what do you mean? I want my man to be masculine.
Well,
no, but the thing is, women nowadays say that, but you hear a lot of women say, "Oh, I'll be feminine for the right man." That's what they say, which means you're in your masculine energy, right? Which means if you're in your masculine energy, that means you're looking to get with someone that complements you, which would mean the feminine. So you want your man in his feminine energy. So when I said taking the women out of the equation that want a feminine man,